Okay, so yesterday I watched a newest body horror dark comedy, I guess is how you put it. This was a movie I was pretty excited for. I definitely went in thinking it was going to be the latest in a long line of good but overhyped horror movies, and yeah, I was kind of right. Look, it's a good movie. I really liked it. There were tons and tons of things that I really dug about it. There are also tons of things that definitely held it back for me and took what could have been a great movie and made it just a good one. But as always, we start with positives, and for one, this movie is gross and nasty, and I mean that in the best way possible. In fact, I think this movie is at its best when it's just focused on grossing you out. The effects and all the body horror stuff is like incredible, and the sound design also really helps to enhance all these moments and just make them feel super uncomfortable, and at times it gets close to actually being a bit hard to watch, but in a good way and a way the movie intends. Like, I'm not usually one to get grossed out by movies, but this one did it for me. I always think the visuals are pretty damn good. I mean, so many cool moments of camera trickery. It can be really dynamic in its movements as well, mainly during the moments of action and horror, and on top of the great effects just makes it super fun to watch. This movie is also pretty funny. I mean, it wasn't what I would call laugh out loud funny or absolutely hilarious, but it does manage to be funny and make me laugh, mainly when it gets really fucking weird and doesn't apologize for it at all. Most of the performances are also really good. The standout to me had to be Alison Brie, who just did a super great job. And finally, for the positives, this movie is just fun, pure gross disgusting fun, which sets out to entertain you of how far it will go and how weird it will get, and succeeds for the most part. I have to be honest though, I really did not like the first act of this movie at all. It felt like it was taking way too long to get to the point, and this movie didn't have deep characters with tons of depth to them. But to add on to that, they try with Dave Franco's character, but if I'm honest, any attempt made at giving him a layer of depth just did not work at all, because A, the writing around it was super weak, and B, I'm sorry, Dave Franco's serious moments in this movie were just really bad in the acting sense. Dave is just an actor who I feel has no real range outside of his comedic talent. And yes, his comedic moments in this movie are the best of his acting capabilities if you ask me. But any scene where it's completely carried by him having a deep, profound performance, just terrible because of, again, that lack of range he has and his incapability to be good at carrying these serious moments. Now, I like Dave Franco. I like him a lot actually. I find him funny in tons and tons of stuff.
You know what happens to a handsome guy like me in jail? It rhymes with grape. It rhymes with grape.
You can shoot me, you can stab me, you can beat the living crap out of me. I keep coming back for more.
I don't want to act like I hate this guy, because I really don't. I mean, he's better than his brother, but he just really is only good at making me laugh, which sucks, but that's just kind of the truth. He's not very good at serious acting. Another thing is that everyone else here were acting laps around him, mainly Alison Brie. Kind of funny considering they're actually married in real life, so you'd think the chemistry would be there between them, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling the chemistry for the most of the movie. Yeah, Alison Brie was great, and the difference in quality and acting from the two was pretty laughable at times. There'll be a scene where Alison Brie is just acting her heart out, and then it cuts to Dave Franco just cannot hold this thing together at all. There's also a twist in the movie. I can't call it that confidently though, because I saw it coming from a goddamn mile away. And what the twist actually led to and meant for the movie was just so incredibly stupid. And on that, without spoiling, I don't know how much I really liked the ending to this thing at all. Just felt very convoluted and, if I'm honest, a bit underwhelming, and just felt like the writers were biting off a bit more than they could chew. The pacing for me was also pretty weird. I mean, it's only an hour 40, but to me felt way longer, and definitely started to feel like it was overstaying its welcome, even if I did really like it. And finally, I feel like the ideas and messagings of this movie, while good, are spelled out way too many times. It's not very subtle with what it's saying, which I think can work as long as the audience doesn't feel insulted. And yeah, this movie made me feel insulted of how much it just kept spelling out the themes and ideas and messaging of the movie like we're all stupid. Again, no, I have to reiterate that despite its drawbacks, I like this movie a lot. Far from perfect and definitely very overhyped like most horror movies that come out today. It's not the scariest movie ever made or the best horror movie of the decade, but I liked it a lot, and you know what, I might even watch it again at some point. Once it actually got going and started kicking into full gear, it is just a really good fun time. I'm going to give it together a 7 out of 10.